We're at Torreya State Park this early morning. The wind is blowing, but it's beautiful out here. We're gonna be looking for the skunk ape. Frogman and I are here in the Sasquatch Mecca of Florida, and man, am I ready.
We're gonna use two different kinds.
Yeah, if you have three, use all three kinds. They're so bad out there.
Yeah, there's the black-bodied ones and the red-bodied ones. But I'm finding the red-bodied ones on the black dogs, and she's finding the black ones on the red dogs.
So these ticks, they don't just jump on, they have a specific taste, I guess, too.
They have good taste.
That's crazy, yeah. But yeah, you guys were told from Australia all the way, you know, warned. Of course, you guys aren't from Australia, are you?
No.
But your friends from Australia told you to watch out for the skunk ape, the yowie, and then you run into a long-haired hippie Bigfoot researcher right here.
I just messaged Valda in Australia to tell her.
Yes.
She's super excited.
Bigfoot Anon, A-N-O-N, and I'm Connor Flynn. I've written like 5 books about paranormal and Bigfoot, and do seminars, and I'm the future of Bigfoot, so we'll remember this.
To know that.
Yes.
You're the future and I'm the past.
But hey, generations combining together for nature outdoors. That's what it's about.
That is exactly what it's about. Well, you guys have fun and good luck.
Thank you so much for the advice too. The dogs are awesome. See you guys. All right, now Frogman is gonna spray me down with the repellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, you could even film me and do it.
Yeah. Hold them out there.
Put that toward. Focus on that too. Here, I'll do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I can do 2 things at once. Now this stuff sprays kind of funny, so I'll try not to soak you. Okay, this smell's got more of a
and it's
chemical
hunting
smell
repellent.
to it. Hunting repellent, 25% DEET. So I don't think that's as high of a DEET count as a lot of it is.
We'll see what
But
happens
this
at
has
the end.
earth scent.
Earth scent.
Does it smell like?
Spray everywhere.
no.
I got it. Spray everywhere but
Watch
my
your
eyes.
eyes.
You know.
Does it smell like your typical anti-insect repellent smell? It doesn't have that off smell.
And are the side effects? My tongue turns
Yeah,
blue for being.
turns blue. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Look. Hey, yeah.
Gary's got to. We were eating these shark gummies on our way here. Oh man, and we're about to check out the trails where Finding Bigfoot was filmed, and a lot of recent activity has happened. I'm so excited. We are here.
A little V part, upside down V.
We just
pointing up.
We just found some bones and teeth. Oh.
Yeah, it's another tooth. It's probably possum. That's what it looks like. Possum have got long, narrow teeth.
Wow.
Raccoon, I don't think their teeth are as long and dagger-like.
That's really cool.
It looks like a 19 and a 7, but that wouldn't be right.
The famous stone bridge here at Torreya State Park. One of my favorite spots because I actually found a piece of red jasper right in this creek. Possible Native American or skunk ape jewelry. Frogman and I are looking through the creek here at Torreya for some rare gemstones. This is right where I found that worked piece of jasper. That overhang is really cool. Definitely a magical spot.
Plenty of room out here was for the stick. I hope you got it, because I can't do it again.
No, that's a good shot. That's an action shot. That's Frogman in action.
Yeah.
Under the Torreya Stone Bridge.
Noise up top.
Yeah, maybe there's people, or maybe it's the echo of the makers. Really cool. on the famous stone bridge.
Stone for more in more ways than one.
Yeah.
See, this was a road. This bridge was not built lightly or with the intention of going away. So this road had a purpose. It led somewhere other than just the river. Or if it did go to the river, if it does, there was a purpose. Meaning there was probably some kind of human settlement or community or something out here.
Right.
Buildings.
I know the military, you know, set up a lot of trenches and dugouts a little closer towards the river, you know, so.
In the Civil War time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's right, because they did have the artillery emplacements. Which direction is the river? That way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or that way? Okay. Well, a road could very easily lead there. And I assume that this trail is what used to be this road, as far as you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would show.
Something had to beat it down, you know?
Well, you'd be able to tell as you go up through here. I mean, if it's just like anywhere you see this rock, it probably was placed there. The rock's not of a natural origin, not on a continuous long length like that.
Yeah, this is some kind of old road.
Yeah, absolutely. And they wouldn't, I don't know if they would, well, I shouldn't say they wouldn't because I don't really know, but I wouldn't think that they would place rock to create a trail through the woods for the purpose of hiking. If anything, they're always going to utilize what's already there.
Right. The trail we're going to take, of course, definitely branches off of this, so it's not this thick.
It's not going to be rock. Yeah. See, exactly. And the rock is probably where any kind of settlement would have been on.
Probably takes that to the river, yeah.
Yeah, that's where any buildings or people or anything like that would have been off of this rock.
So far, no ticks.
Well, deep woods off, you know.
Yeah, that helps.
Yep.
We're not as low to the ground
as
the dogs either, you know.
How's this one looking?
Yeah, it's healing up, you know.
Is it looking a lot better?
Yeah. Frogman and I found some sharks here.
Yeah, like that. I gotta get him flat and level.
Oh man, that honestly looks really cool.
Oh, I showed him what for.
Yummy, yummy.
But
who knew that sharks were at Torreya State Park? Well, actually, Apalachicola River goes right here, so bull sharks. Yeah. So I guess these thresher sharks, you know, have some cousins nearby. That's funny.
Yep. Make sure I still got my pocket knife. Yep, still got it.
Frogman gave me these buffalo beef sticks that Susan got him for Christmas, and they are delicious. So we're enjoying them out here on the Torreya Trail. And Mr. Lizard is already greeting us. It's a good sign that wildlife is abundant out here.
Look, down there in that gorge, it's to your right. Down there in that big bottom.
Oh yeah.
Look how deep that is. See? That's a deep one. Look, what's on the... Here's the drainage, look. Right here.
Yep.
There's another one down here, I bet you. Most humans are subject to scare wildlife.
So one cool report that I got here, sent to me by my buddy Doug, he said, I camped Torreya, setting my tent up in the back trail at a high trail. Sure enough, about 1 a.m., sticks started popping. The monster was breathing right over my tent, and I'm sure he could hear my heart beating. He then walked to the next campsite and removed pot lids looking for food. Earlier that night, our hiking group could see big heads sticking out of the ground. I found they were 8-foot deep creek beds they were using to follow and watch us. Fun, fun, fun in Northwest Florida. So that's pretty cool. So Deep Creek, right exactly where we had our eyes on.
I wonder where that come down from.
I think this is the old bridge. This used to be an old bridge. This is new, yeah.
They just probably just haven't put up new rails yet.
Yep.
I'll bet they wind up putting them. Well, they may not. So, A lot of people use it.
But that would be a cool creek to follow both ways.
It's the drainage, yeah. Drainages would have been prime examples. And that's where all these close to where all these rock walls are. Those are willow trees.
It would lead somewhere.
Not willow trees, beech trees.
Beech trees.
Yep.
American beech.
Yep.
Beech.
Yeah, and see how that flows out and keeps flowing downhill?
Yeah, there's bound to be something down there. Even if it's just animal bones, you know, like everything follows water.
There's a piece of fence.
Yeah, protection. That might be a Torreya tree. Yeah, no, I think that is. Yeah.
It very well could be.
Yeah, it is. I can tell. I can tell by the pines. That's so cool. Good eye.
I've seen the fence. I haven't seen the tree. I think I see it. Go ahead. I won't mess with
it. In nature, you know, because you saw the ones up front of the Gregory house. There it is, man. That's gopher wood. That's so cool. That's what Noah used to build the ark, guys. Lightest and strongest wood in the world. Can't even break it. Can only bend it. This is
there a tree there?
Divine. Oh yeah, it's just starting to grow.
Oh, that's it. Yep. Kubwal.
There's Frogman.
Now I have a live example to go by for some kind of reference point.
This is what Noah used to build the ark.
Isn't that amazing?
Man, that's so dope. Torreya coniferous.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, this thing flows on and on. But this still isn't Deep Creek as far as you know.
No. Probably just a branch off of it. This is so cool.
So, look back up this hill then. See if they have any other ones.
I'm trying to absorb the energy. I think it's a good time to say that I ate some mushroom chocolate a little bit ago, and it's starting to kick in quite vibrantly here.
He said I was starting to grow webbed feet
yeah.
and webbed hands.
But I feel like it's meant to be right here at the Torreya tree.
My name is Frogman.
You are. Yeah, soon you're going to be full amphibian mode.
That is cool to see one, an actual, for sure, bona fide.
Yeah, the tag's right down there.
Yeah, there's one on the post over here too. Bona fide Torreya tree, or Torreya, as some people do pronounce it, Torreya.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably a matching number or something along the identification number of some kind.
Yeah.
There's a map. Gotta get it turned out.
Yeah. Torreya taxifolia. State Park Service. Much respect.
This doesn't have any name or words on it. It's got numbers. The top one up here does. That many different ones on it. Wow. That's cool though. They're keeping track of it, that means.
Gotta protect it. 4196.
Huh?
4196.
That's what this one up here is.
Yeah,
okay, 4196.
the whole
so
thing.
It's identified in 4 numbers.
It's quite magical.
Yes, it is.
And your shirt says your name on it.
Well, Gary Allen.
Yeah.
You know who
what's
that
your
is.
What's your middle name?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Glenn. L-Y-N.
Len.
Just like your,
Yeah,
almost like your last name.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that now too.
Your last name's Flynn and my last name is.
Yeah, we're like
Glenn.
one letter apart.
Yeah, you know who Errol Flynn was, don't you?
Oh, of course. Yeah. One of the greatest adventurers.
Oh, he was a ladies' man. I'll bet you might not want to share this to the general public. When Errol Flynn passed away, this is a little bit. Here's some little known and quite useless information.
My favorite.
They had his member, if you will,
yeah,
preserved because he was such a Casanova and or ladies' man
wow.
of his time.
Dang.
He had so many different female companions, I suppose.
One can
is a
just
nice
strive
way-
to be as
nicest
great
way
as
to put it.
Errol. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was of his era. He was his reputation was the sought after reputation for all the young men of the time.
Yep.
Really, it
To
was.
be him. Yep.
Everybody
Being
wanted
Flynn.
all the attention that Errol Flynn was getting or
Yep.
had.
That's
You
hilarious.
know, they wanted. He had all the best looking girls and all that.
Well, one day if I'm at a museum and I see it, we'll remember this moment.
Yeah, you remember that little piece
Yeah.
of information that Frogman shared with you that you probably could have lived the rest of your life without knowing.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
been all right. The leaves to know that. He's going right there over that log, and he gets up there to that one. He has to go back to the left because he can't get through the thick. Yeah, I bet you I could follow him up that hill.
Yep.
And you might find some rubs up there someplace too. And this way, yeah, see, I don't see as much tore up in leaves right here. I do see some divots. There's one.
Probably working its way toward the water eventually.
There's one. Well, it's rut down here. The rut season is in now. Whereas in the Midwest, the rut season was in November. But the rut season down here is now and later. Even now and even into January, believe it or not. Deer season, as far as hunting season, runs all the way into like the first week of February. Did you know that, Connor?
Yeah, yeah.
Down here? Yeah, that's quite the season.
Yeah, it's a lot different than Ohio.
Oh, it's a lot different than the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Ohio, you got a really small window.
Yeah. And then, of course, when I got back into guard the second time in Indiana, in Martinsville, Indiana, which was I used to deer hunt outside of Martinsville, Indiana, on property that in the 30s, whenever the KKK was very prominent in Indiana, they owned like a 800 acre piece of property and sold it to the state. Well, the state wound up with it. Power and Light Company, Indiana IPNL, they bought it. They bought it from them guys, I think, and then they donated, sold it for a cheap price to the state. Yeah, I used to deer hunt that. Took quite a few deer off that property.
Wonder if there was any dead bodies or anything on the property.
Right. Listen, thought I heard rain hitting the trees. Might have been poop. Another group of birds just flew over.
Yeah, yeah. A couple white chunks on our shoulders. Here's another washout.
Yeah. There's that big old tree over. That one's not been over very, well, yeah, it's been over for a while. Hopefully cut it off. Yeah. Cool. These right in through here is more reminiscent of the Midwest woods or forests. A lot of beeches, a few hardwoods, a lot of peach trees right through there. That's why I think that's why it gave me that sensation. Deer usually really love to rub on cedar trees.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, bench tree. That's a beech tree. I almost said it when I said bench.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what shaped it that way.
Over the years.
And nurtured it to grow in that shape.
Yeah, it could be a nice little jungle gym for the children.
I see.
Hey, how's it going?
Bench tree. Somebody's taking a nap.
See any cool wildlife on the trail?
Just one turtle.
Oh, a turtle. Oh, sorry. I still got to work on my not being loud skills. Thank you. Yeah, oops. I was a little.
Inspiring to see somebody doing something like that. It really is.
It is. So right here is the bench that I was mentioning that me and Ronnie. So somewhere in between that bridge and right there was our little short encounter where we had something be thrown behind us.
And it came from down in
Came
here.
from in there. So I always thought that was like maybe a den. And
oh,
it
it's
was
down. See, it gets deeper back there yet too.
and it was a lot thicker too.
I wonder if that pink ribbon on the tree back there is just the same, to mark the same thing as that orange mark on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
There's a peak. You see the piece of pink ribbon back there?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't even see it when we walked by. We can keep going if you want to. I'm not doing too bad. We're in kind of pretty much flat from here, seems to be. I'm trying to walk ahead of us.
And it's energized too, you know, from just nature.
Yeah, exactly. You have some Gatorade and a buffalo stick.
Yeah.
Looks like I got buffalo rock. That bottle still amazes me. I'm not sure. I haven't took the time to date it yet, but I will. I'll get around to it. What is that website you go to find the like the origin of whatever the item is?
Yeah, there's a couple different databases that I just like pull from, but yeah, I could send them to you.
Yeah, if you would.
Yeah, for sure.
Mind. If you don't mind sharing that little bit of.
No, I pretty much I just go fishing. I just go wherever I can find information.
Well,
you
a lot
know.
of times that boils down to the databases, as you put it, that you're using, how good they are, or how you know what kind of I don't know, how big of a database they have or data list. See the white shining down there? That's the creek bottom. See the sandy? That's what that is white sand.
Yep. That's a big bank right there too. I'm sure Squatch could scale it in like a minute, not even 15 seconds probably.
I just heard, it sounded like the sound of a dove to the left. I was looking this direction and heard it. It could have been something shifting in your pack. I don't know.
I felt like I made a noise, but not like a dove, you know.
Well, that's just what I heard. That doesn't mean that's the sound it made.
Yeah. That's the best you heard, and then we're able to share.
I heard a three-piece band, and it was the wind blowing.
Yeah, you heard people whispering or talking today in my house, and I was like, nah, it's just the wind. And I've had during storms that I feel like it's like a paranormal encounter. Like I hear people talking.
You tried to ride no hurricane out in that trailer, did you?
Yeah, Hurricane Michael. We were there till like 1 o'clock. Then my mom cussed us out and was like, "Get over here."
You and your sister.
Yeah, me, my sister, and her boyfriend. They didn't want to budge. They didn't want to budge. They didn't want to budge, and my car was at a shop.
So you had no way to get to.
Yeah, I could have walked, but it was during the storm.
Walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said 140 miles an hour.
Yeah. So I was stuck, and then I ended up.
40 pounds tied to you, 20 pounds on each foot.
I ended up talking them into it too, because I'm like, guys, the internet's already out right here. Like, what's the point?
What are you gonna do?
Know? Yeah.
For the next however many hours.
Yeah, might as well be in a sturdy place.
And they probably had internet still.
They did for a little bit. Yeah, I remember being on the phone with my dad, and then everything just cut at one point.
See, this is another access point to get in and out of the creek.
Yeah.
Any of these creeks, any of these drainages will have something. If you keep it like in our backpacks, we'll take a few basic, I got a pair of pruning pliers in my backpack right now. They'll cut stuff like this.
Right through.
With your hand. So you do stuff like that. And I got long machetes, but they're bulky to carry, and unless you're in some really thick stuff, they're not really, you know, they're more useful for stuff like that right there.
Right.
Than they are anything of any size. Now, one side does have it's serrated, but those serration teeth are awful big. I don't have the wrist strength to use it that way anymore. I can sure cut somebody's arm off. I got 2 of them. I pull it kung fu.
Yeah.
The whirling blades of death. Whoops, he cut his own jugular. Do the same thing as you might do with a pair of nunchucks.
Yeah, I'm sure people killed are equal, like, to, you know, people aimed at for nunchucks and then self-harm, you know?
Do that same thing.
Knock yourself
with
silly.
A pair of whirling machetes.
Yeah, it'd be bad.
Yeah. Your own head fall over. That's a big tree broke down. There's a couple of them. Those are big trees, man. Michael did that, huh?
Yep, did most of this, sadly.
Wow.
It's a new place. That's what all the researchers say.
Yeah, I can, because that's going to create environments that weren't there before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this part of the world, that from there to here, 2 totally different environments. Different bugs, different birds will land here as opposed to there. The squirrels will favor here, or maybe there. You know, everything. When that kind of stuff happens, Mother Nature is amazing.
Always finds a way.
Yes, she does. And she will always overcome. That's why they scream, climate change, climate change. We're burning up our world. Well, you know, in my opinion, we're acknowledging it a little bit too damn late. So what are we going to do now? We're going to make the rest of our generation, in the next several generations, trying to fix it, and we won't achieve it. We won't accomplish it. We need to look outward. There's so many possibilities in space if you'll just strive for it. More, they need to double, triple. I think Musk has got the right idea. Look how many of those satellites he just shot up there. 100. That's going to make him a billionaire for him and 4 generations after him or more. The rest of, you know, rest of the time. Him and his family will be well off.
I think the answer is Middle Earth, below us.
Or that, yeah. You think that the inner Earth is where some or all the solutions lie?
Yeah, the key to everything, I honestly believe.
The only way that we can make, in my opinion, enough of a difference to save the surface and the resources that we burn up so readily and greedily, the natural resources, I should say, there has to be a massive die-off. And not animals, they haven't done anything. A lot of them have went the way of everything else. They've succumbed to. A lot of species of animals don't exist anymore. The wolf, the gray wolf went extinct in the lower 48 forever, and now they've reintroduced it. And of course, it's a very adaptive animal.
That's a pretty cool little gateway right there.
Huh?
It's a cool little gateway right there.
Yeah, under that arch, that
Yeah.
magnolia. I bet that's pretty in the spring. They get some big blooms on it. That's a natural gazebo.
Feel like a new man. The gateway.
Are you gonna go back?
Yeah, I'm a different man now. Forever change. I'll have to. It'll
What did you
be.
do with my friend Bigfoot ain't on?
Yeah,
You imposter!
the different version, the +1.
Yeah.
And for anybody that is new to the Torreya State Park lore, they have filmed 2 Finding Bigfoot episodes out this way. Stacy Brown and his father got famous footage of a 9-foot tall skunk ape during their night vision camera. It's really cool. Cliff Brackman, Bobo, Moneymaker, all them came out here with their eye on everything else. And a bunch of other researchers have came here. Donnie Miller had an encounter on the Torreya Challenge. Ronnie and I had something walking through the creek below us. We had something throw a boulder behind us. Heard weird clicks and knocks at night. I've talked to different campers and hikers that have had unexplained things happen. But what the coolest thing is that it's right in the middle of the Garden of Eden. So I believe that the magical energy all magnetizes towards here.
There's a bit of a 40 to 50 foot drop, I bet you, from here to the surface, to the bottom of the creek.
All the way down,
And
yeah.
you can see the sand down here. But it's at least 40 foot down. Quite a drop. That's whole other worlds difference in elevation
Right.
in this part of the world, in Florida.
Yeah, there's not that big of a change anywhere else.
No, not in just 40 feet. It's here that you go 40 feet, and it's you're on a whole different geological time scale,
Right.
the time era.
Isn't this pretty similar to the Garden of Eden Trail too? You can see it's on the same like plateau.
Yeah, same type of terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the going up and down, this is not quite as severe. But the most severe part of Torreya was that loop by far.
Definitely.
The river loop, you called it?
Oh yeah, that's tiring. Great views though.
Yeah. I'm not doing too bad today. It's the getting started. It's getting started. When the pain first started, I had to grow accustomed to it again.
Right.
I had to remember what it felt like. So I could tolerate it very well. I'm gonna have to watch for Torreya trees. I got sharp eyes. Maybe I can find one they haven't seen yet. Stranger things have been known to happen. The person that most commonly finds fossils in the Midwest, if they're not actively digging for them, you know, they're not a paleontologist or just a hobby paleontologist or archaeologist, heavy equipment operators.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
Yeah. You were out there for probably hours upon hours being watched by something.
8, 9, 10, maybe 12 hours a day. You know, digging in the dirt. Or hauling the dirt that was dug out.
Right.
Moving it around. Hauling it out of there or hauling it back in there. I've fished in the rock pits a lot. I need to break right here on this load. This is a good spot for it. If there's a bench close, tell me.
No, I don't think there is, just that one. And that's a good bench, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of an angle, but
looks like a perfect
my
place.
stick, well, it's cracking. I hear it popping and snapping. My stick can help compensate for the angle.
Here we got some white chocolate chips and cashews. Gary was telling me when he met Susan, this was her snack of choice, and still 17 years later, still snacking on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm 2 chews into it. Delicious. Oh yeah, that's really cool. They literally melt in your mouth. And cashews are really healthy. Really good for your brain.
High in protein.
Look at that.
That looks like a chip-rich.
Yeah, he got it. I'm jealous of that scoop, man.
Yeah.
My scoop looked like my mom made it for me, like extra on the cashews, Yours like,
I might get a zing out of that one.
We'll be keeping up with Frogman on the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one more scoop.
All right.
Yep. And we have to leave a little for the Sasquatch too, because we can't talk it up without leaving it.
Without giving him a sample, right?
Because they're going to see how much we just enjoy it.
Yes, please do not attack me to get the rest out of my backpack. It was like, they're my wife's. I have to take them home to her.
Yeah. The bag's getting lighter and lighter.
Yes, it is. Funny though, I still feel the weight. Almost looks like the tree was hit by lightning. It goes all the way to the top. Look at it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
If we don't go to the top, it goes pretty daggone close. And it couldn't have done that. I don't know what could have done it.
Yeah.
By hand, manually.
Right.
And as far as I can see, I don't know if it goes to the top, but it goes far enough up to believe that it got hit by lightning.
And that's just it splitting, I guess?
Cracking it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
cracking
cool.
the tree down the length of it. And I suppose it's natural. It could have caused, the wind could have caused it. I don't know. I mean, who knows? You know?
Yeah, I guess we can ask.
Whatever made this one die, it could have gotten the same disease and started rotting and got weak and got, you know, started cracking from the top down, because it don't look like it started at the bottom.
If anybody knows while watching this, you guys can let me and Frogman know, because at first, yeah, we were like, oh, maybe something peeled it, but nah, that goes all the way up.
It goes 30 foot up the tree. Yeah, you can see where it stops up there.
Yeah, that's
and there's not a bunch of disturbance on the tree, so I don't know. I don't even know if it got hit by lightning.
That's weird.
If it did, it was an awful finessed type of lightning.
Yeah.
It only did a certain amount of damage.
A lightning strike.
Yeah, it's usually pretty indiscriminate when whatever it hit, it explodes.
Demolishes. Yeah.
It's not usually gentle, and that would have had to be a gentle thing, or a crack in the tree from something else. Who knows? I guess it does go up a little higher than I thought. A bit further up there. It looks like it might go to that first big crotch. So that could be what happened.
Right where it breaks into two tops.
Where
Yeah.
it splits off. Yeah.
Interesting.
Goes almost to that. So that could be where the problem originated from. Is it me or is it getting darker?
I think the storm's cruising in.
Oh, now. Don't make me get my hat out.
See, like some people would take that as a glyph, you know?
Yeah, that's a snake. Watch out, that's a snake. It's a snake. It's a snake.
It looked like a snake. It looked like the stick was alive.
Yeah, look how quick and sudden that dropped. Like the hole down there.
Yeah, there's huge banks and cliffs. The bluff trail, the other one to the left, right at we get at the beginning of the park, that's got some huge cliffs on it.
I'll tell you what, you find out where that bottle dump's at, and if I can access it, and if I can find something real valuable, I'll give you some money. I'll give you a cut. I'll give you half. Let's just make it easy. Alright, it's on video too, so you got me.
Yeah, and hopefully whatever we find is on the outside of the state park limits, right? So that's on video too.
Oh, okay, yes, of course. Yeah. Otherwise, you know.
Otherwise, we'll just point it to who needs to find it. Yeah. Here's a cliff.
You found a glyph?
No, a cliff.
Oh yeah.
I wish it was a glyph.
Wow.
It's a glyph that says keep away from edge, you know.
There should be one up there that says that.
Yeah.
Look over. I wonder if there's a cave down there. If it's just more bluff bank, like you
Yeah,
said,
it seems like more
right.
bank, but it definitely seems like this whole plateau could be a whole, you know, a cave.
Well, and it makes me feel like it.
And even across there, there's like a little opening. You know,
Yep.
it shows that the possibilities is there.
It sure does. Look at that. You took that
Where
right out.
most people think Florida is just completely flat, no cliffs, no nothing here. It's got it. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
nice.
more. It's not a cave.
Yeah, just more bank.
That almost looks like a tree or a post. See it down there where it's. Can you zoom?
No, I can't zoom, but
Yeah, that's what it almost looks like. It. I don't know if it is or if it's just the dirt. It's just a rock shape like that. It's pretty deep hole. I heard something.
yeah, it sounded like people talking.
No, I heard something in the voices are that way. I heard a stick or something. It sounded like it might have been like an acorn or something on the leaves. Or a small stick fell out of a tree onto the leaves. It wasn't a big sound.
Something stealthily paralleling us
be.
from across the bank.
That's that stuff that Mark Zafke sees down there in South Central Florida. And between Big O, Lake O, and the coast. I guess it could be sitting over there looking at you, plain as day, and you not see it.
Right.
I guess apparently in those surroundings in that area, the easiest time to see them and or pick them out in the foliage are on these kind of days, He said the sunnier, brighter days are much more advantageous to those.
Yep, that's what
because
they
of the,
know how to work the light.
well, because of the coloration of their skin. The coloration of their skin, believe it or not, is not always black. Their fur is most of the time, a lot of times, but their skin seems to be like a gray or a pale color, which makes it, when the sun shines on it, their skin turns green.
Yep.
You know,
Blends in perfectly.
Well, it reflects back when the sun shines on them and the green leaves around them, and the sun makes green light from the leaves. That hits them, I guess. I don't know how it happens. I know they turn like a pale parking lot. It was at the bottom of the hill, more or less.
Yep.
When you leave
Really
the
easy to
lot,
get
you
to.
start downhill. Yeah, real easy to get down there too.
Yeah.
But it's the walk coming out.
Right.
Which, if you only do that, then the walk coming out is not at the end of it. It's not that bad.
And you see that guy, that family was coming back this way, so they might have went all the way to the road and then hiked this trail back again.
Yeah, it could be.
Or maybe they just went like halfway and turned around too.
Basically, there's nothing else that turns off of this until you get to the road then?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's no there's no dispersed camping in Torreya, is there? You got to either be at the primitive sites or the main campground.
Yeah.
That's too bad. We need to find somebody that's got property on the Apalachicola that let us camp. Of course, we need a boat too. I'm unsure. I don't know whether to pursue the deer hunting thing or the boat thing. The boat's a lot of work. Deer hunting is not a little work. It's not quite as much as a boat, believe it or not.
Right.
But a boat can be a lot of work too. Especially if you got a little outboard. With the tiller handle. I had that boat I sold before we moved up here. I had that boat for 5 years. I put it in the water 3 times.
Dang.
I think I put it 3 times. Because it was twice in Indiana and once in Lake Pan. I put it in the water in Lake Pan. We pushed it down the hill. And it stayed in the water until it rained one hard time. And it almost sunk it. And it took me like 2 hours to bail it out with a can because I didn't have a pump or nothing at that time.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that, you know what I mean? And once I got it out enough, I pulled it back up the hill until I got it up where it would drain, and I let it drain, and it sat right there again. I left the plug out on the hill like this. I left it sit there for 6 months or more, a year.
My mom just got her boat back up and running too, so.
Did you?
Yeah. So maybe if I, go out with her enough times, she'll see I can run it myself, man.
Absolutely.
Myself, we'll take it.
Absolutely. I'll be your first mate. You can be the captain.
I would love to have a houseboat around the Apalachicola. Like, as long as I, not to sound like a diva, but as long as I have, like, an internet hotspot, shit, I'll be fine.
And you can have that by being close to a town, which, like Bluntstown. It's right on the
Right,
town.
yeah.
Bluntstown and Bristol,
They
right
don't
there.
have to say where I got to be on the river,
Well,
It's my river at that point.
If you're going to have it, you're going to still, even if you live on a river or a scenario, something similar to that, it's not in a traditional brick and mortar home of some kind. You still need a physical address. And as long as you live within driving distance of that physical address, whether that's a P.O. box or a street address, should not matter. They should still be able to, even if you have to describe to them in detail, like the cable company, for instance, because you still want to. We had, and the reason I know this is because we could not get cable because Comcast had discontinued their service in the area that we moved into, so we couldn't get the internet. But we had to have the internet. We wanted the internet, so we got a hold of Verizon, and we bought a stick from them, a little stick that we plugged in the side of the laptop. That's all we had, and we had internet on the laptop. So if we can do it, we had an address, and they said, "What's your address?" Yeah, we can get to that.
Right.
Okay. These are kind of expensive.
I don't know.
But we had internet.
We'll find out.
Years of money. It's a whistle. It sounds like a bird. Third time. Yeah, it sounds like a bird. Yeah, it's a bird. It's the reason I always love deer hunting. Because It's a lot louder than people realize. A lot louder. See, this is a pine tree that I'm sitting on, and there's the other part of it over there. So you're onto a piece of it, I'm pretty sure. This is no bark. That stuff burns. Makes a fantastic campfire. But it burns real black smoke. It's all that pine pitch in it. Pass it to ganja. Oh yeah. Do the Rangers wear little uniform shirts?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I've seen them on the trail a few times.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have. I imagine we
They're
would.
cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They all know
They're
Stacy Brown.
Oh, do they? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
The one knows me.
They're all people. It all comes down to, at the end of the day, that's it. Every single one of us on this entire planet are all human beings. I don't care what color your skin is, your blood is still red. Period.
There's crystal in it too. We're all made out of crystal. We should act like it. Yeah, we heard knocking, faint knocking over there to the left of us. We're in the direction where we're going to be going, which is a good thing.
Is there any terrain like this in any of Apalachicola National Forest?
Not that I know of. It's pretty.
What about
pretty flat.
what about over there by the river, like where that Bloody Bluff's at? Is there a bluff that's actually named Bloody Bluff?
No, just pretty much, I guess probably like it going over the water would maybe create a little bluff, but no, nothing of what we've seen, you know, like Allen Bluff, nothing like that.
Well, I was just curious.
But Tate's Hell has some, like, some diversity.
Does it have gorges like they have at, like we've seen today?
Not that deep, no. But on the coastal trail, it does have a little bit change of elevation, so it's pretty cool. Ecofana Creek does, though.
Well, see, Ecofana Creek, does that have a wildlife management area? I think it does.
I think so too, yeah.
And if it does, I can deer hunt it. And I don't have to apply for the permits.
That'd be nice.
With my license, I can automatically harvest animals. I still got to follow the other rules, but I automatically can hunt there. I don't have to, because of my disability license.
That's one of the next adventures we'll be taking.
I seriously think that we should try to experience an alligator hunt. I seriously think that we should apply. I should apply for one, and we get 2 permits. You should go with me. With 2 permits, with 2 tags, and I'll tell somebody I'll tell you somebody that we can utilize their knowledge and experience in this part of the world is Donnie. To get the important thing, I guess I probably should talk to him before I apply for tags. I haven't talked to him since deer season. I feel kind of bad about the way I excuse my French, the way I performed during deer season.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it. I paid a small price for it because that's when I picked up the stick on this side. And at the time when we found this one, I thought I was I think I solved the problem. I went to the doctor, and unbeknownst to me, there was one on almost the same exact spot, but over here. So there were 2. But they tested me for Lyme's disease, and they tried to call me. They called me and said that they were concerned about the carotid arteries, but the tick bite, they want me to do a blood test. I got to be 90 days since the last test, or I'll have to pay the deductible again. So I'm going to wait till it's the first year and take one. And what else was it? Oh, they said they had not received the results back from Lyme's disease at that time. They called me like 4 or 5 days later, and I missed the call. Tried to call them back. I couldn't get them on the phone. They wouldn't answer. And they never called me back. So I have to assume that means it came back negative, because that's what he told me. He said, I doubt that. He said, pretty confident that it'll come back negative.
Right.
But we will run one just to be sure.
And if it was
because he
emergency, they would have made it.
Yeah, absolutely. If it come back positive and I needed to know so we can do treatment,
Yeah.
they would have informed me.
Definitely.
Dr. Akerson's he seemed like he's pretty good. I think I'm going to enjoy having him for a doctor. We have a lot in common. He seems to enjoy the outdoors quite a bit.
If you need a chiropractor, the best chiropractor in town owns the private hunting place too.
Oh, really?
Bontrager. That was kind of weird noise. It sounded like a huff to me, like a horse's huff.
I heard something in the bushes that direction, but it could have been anything. Bird. There's some more ribbon. See right through there. So that's got to be. I'm sure that's on the trail. So the trail goes back up that way then.
Mm-hmm. A wee bit.
I just heard a voice. Up that direction. I'm deer hunting enough that I learned to train my ears a long time ago for the smallest sounds. Because a deer will sneak right up on you. I've had them sneak right up behind me. Be looking that way. Come right up on.
That's the famous.
Make your heart stop. That's what it will do. It will scare the bejeebies right out of you.
Make you question everything.
Your whole existence, I'm here to tell you. Especially when they huff at you from behind you and you haven't seen them come in. You didn't hear them come in because the wind was blowing and you couldn't, you weren't looking in that direction. It was my trail that where I came in. The trail I made, I had stuff on my shoes. It was a young buck, a spike. He came in behind me with blood on his mind. Yes, sir. Because I turned my back on my trail, on the trail I made coming in. I had my back turned to it.
Mm-hmm.
I shot at that deer 5 times. Didn't find him for like 6 days. By the time I found him, he was spoiled. The critters done got at him, the buzzards and stuff. That's how I found him. Because when I shot at him 5 times and missed him every single time.
Wow.
At least I think I did. Still don't know for sure. I know he had a hole in him when I did find him. But
So
he was
someone
at the
got
bottom.
him.
He was at the bottom of like a 60-foot drop in this gully that started right below where I was sitting. I was sitting like up at the draw at the top of it. And it started down here below me a little bit.
It keeps sounding like people are like approaching on the trail and walking all around.
I keep hearing snapping in the underbrush, but it's the wind's blowing.
The wind
fairly
is
well.
blowing, yeah.
So a lot of it's the
Just coming
wind's
down.
rustling in the trees. Because look how much the pine trees are moving.
Yep.
I mean, we're hearing all kinds of. You hear the birds chirping and whistling. That's a dead giveaway that nothing's wrong.
Yeah, we're one with nature.
Yeah. And they weren't doing that when we first sat down.
Right. Yeah, they've got to just like now they're used to us.
When we
again.
start moving again, though, as we move, they'll go south.
They'll start watching us again. Yep. Yeah, it's a unique thing to experience.
Oh yeah, I love Mother Nature. I just saw a bird flutter right here past us, and behind this thing that's going up there, and it looks dead on the end.
It's still every time we link up, it's definitely magical. It's the great community brought us together. The great world, Mother Nature, the path, the stars, everything. Gary Connors, Connor Flynn.
Gary Lynn Connor.
Gary Lynn Connor Flynn, yeah. Not very far,
Yep.
not many different characters and alphabets. I'm gonna leave this for the forest fairies. Cause yes, we're looking for the big man, but I'm sure
We're enjoying
there's
nature.
some little guys out here too. Fairies, pukwudgie, little people, elves, forest spirits. Just a little bit of everything. Can I hold your walking stick for a little bit?
That'll probably help me keep my balance.
Oh shit, now's the time when you have to.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll be all right.
Don't worry about watching the screen too. Just,
I got it pretty good. I know about where to hold it on my position it on my body.
Yeah. But yeah, you could pretty much just like look naturally.
Yeah.
Actually, we could do a little transfer on this though. Let's see Frogman in action. Nice. Yeah, you can go with that. It was a bad time for me to
Take my stick.
yeah. It's like, oh, we've been marching along. Oh wait, here's the biggest.
You took an old man's walking stick away from you.
Yeah. And there's our answer for another creek too.
Yeah.
We didn't take a bridge. You had to.
That's not a very good one to. Of course, you know that's probably going to be the case in most of them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight through that, up and under it.
Well, you have to assume, yeah, that we could probably get under it.
Yeah.
Just look at the gap underneath it from here.
Yeah, it looks huge. It looks like it's literally like 4 or 5 feet.
Well, we'll be at the top right up here, won't we? I think that's a water. Here. Let's try it now.
This is good to have when you're alone too, because of snake.
Yeah. Well, it's got that hook on the end of it that I can press against them. Or I can hook them, pick them up with the hook, the other side of the hook, without hurting them and sling them away. You know, because some snakes, they need slinging away. The black racer's one that's known to be, want to run you down.
This is cool, this little creek.
Now see, that's an actual creek.
Yeah, this is as small as we've seen. Check out this little mini waterfall.
I hear it. That's cool.
Kind of reminds me of Niagara.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Careful now. There'll be holes down there.
A long time ago, I was talking to this girl from Zimbabwe. Or at least I was trying to talk to her. And Angel Falls, like we call it, it's waterfall. And it's from there, so it's kind of cool to talk about that. But yeah, that's a nice little
A Florida waterfall.
I know they have Weeping Ridge here. It's like a little famous small waterfall. I don't think this is it, but that's cool though.
Let me see the stick for
depth.
Yeah. Yeah. The more you get up straight up over things, the more true depth perception you get on it.
Yeah.
That's a big holly tree right there someplace. Look at the size of those holly leaves.
Yeah, they're huge actually.
It goes back to that tree over there.
The spikes.
It's coming out above the bank over there behind this real big tulip.
Man, those spikes are actually sharp.
Yeah, that's a big holly tree. It's big for a holly tree.
You could probably turn that into some kind of like protection.
Well, if you made like a make it into the shape of, say, a snowshoe, a paddle shape.
Yeah.
And then swing it at somebody. Put a bunch of them together.
Yeah.
See? There you go. And then swing it at somebody. Make sure you're ready to run if you're not ready to defend yourself in some other manner.
Yeah, it's only gonna, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good shock though.
Oh, yeah, it definitely gets somebody's attention. That's back down the trail.
See, right now I'm holding like a spear, like a barbarian, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes we might have to. We might see bobcat, a mountain lion, a jaguar.
It's even possible to see black bear. Me and you, we've seen black bear together. And down there, remember? Down there in Tate's Hill, right on the road, yeah.
And that was a big bear.
That was a big for a Florida bear.
And they say that the black bear is the most, like, one of the more aggressive type bear too, so they'll come after you.
There's more bear attacks from black bears than any other species of bears, what I seem to remember hearing. I'm not an expert by any means.
Oh man, I remember right here, from one of our videos. This was so thick and we had to fight through it. And me, Cameron, and Tristan were going through. Some people said that they like saw things in the background right here. So that thicket. And they sent me screenshots too. I have them on my phone. Could be energy overload, could be pareidolia, could be the skunk ape camouflage. It's really thick right there, so it kind of makes
I'm
sense.
going to start panting pretty hard here in a second.
Yeah.
Connor, if you want to, it's probably going to pick up on here.
Yeah, we can swap
The
out.
volume wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I mean, I'll keep carrying it. But
No, we'll
I
get
don't want you to run a thing full of me.
it's definitely it's getting steep.
Well, I don't imagine I'll be able to do much of this stuff when it gets hot. I wouldn't think.
Tis the
That's why
season, man.
Oh, Cheesy Landing intrigued me for catfishing. Okay.
Oh, Cheesy Landing's perfect for nighttime fishing too, because
There's no people there.
and right across the street, right across the river is Torreya.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're right in Squatch
And
land.
it does not take, I can get to Cheesy Landing from my house without even going through Alpha.
Yeah.
I don't even have to go
The
through
back way,
Mariana.
yeah, because Rocky Creek,
Yep.
where you're at, is
I go down and make a right, and then make a left, and then make another right. And I think when that tees, I make a left, and I'm on the road to Cheesy Landing. I'll just follow Google.
yeah. Follow the map.
Make Google do something useful.
Finally.
Besides try to take over our lives. That is a big stick of a tree that I'm leaning on.
That's a high bank right up there. They could definitely
Oh Lord.
scout.
Well, that's what I said. They'll have sentry positions. Seems like it was Todd Standing that brought that to my attention, and it makes sense. It does, and that's why I kind of probably remember it, because it does make sense. They, with their capabilities of being in the environment, they have that ability to see at great distances and even smell. I'm sure. I don't know for sure, but they have to be able to see. And then with that ability, they combine the perfect lookout position that overlooks a vista of miles. And as soon as somebody comes off down a certain road or over a certain hill or around a certain corner, they know it.
Yep. Off goes the alarm system.
Yeah. And they let, if necessary, they let everybody else know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why wouldn't they? If they're sentient beings, why wouldn't they defend themselves and protect themselves? And does it really surprise anybody that they have become masters at it? Wouldn't we?
Right.
Isn't that what led us to our ability to master our environment and our surroundings and all the other creatures? Even though we're the weakest of the pack by far, over like a gorilla or a lion or even a damn chimpanzee or a dog.
Yep.
We're weak compared to them, but yet we're the masters. It's our intellect that gives us that ability.
So equally give it to them, and what happens in the forest, of course,
You have to respect them in their environment. And you have to nobody should be surprised by their ability to. They have mastered the manipulation of their natural environment.
Yep.
This is all out of one complete holly coming out of the ground right there. It's coming out of the ground in a clump form. There's like 6 trunks
That's pretty wild.
sticking out of the ground right there, and that's all holly. See it? It's all holly, all the way up to the top of that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's good, getting close to. It's probably at least 15 foot tall.
Nature finds a way
Yeah.
to the heavens. That's where the trees
Yeah.
grow.
That's where you'll see them red berries in the fall. It probably had them all over it. Yeah.
Magic.
Leaves turn brown and red and turn all kind of colors up north. And down here, it's not just the leaves; it's the berries on some trees, like the holly.
Shoot, down here it's the animals too. They change color during the year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's probably everywhere. That's probably everywhere though.
All over. White-tailed deer are one of the most adaptable forms of wildlife on North American continent that exists. They can literally live in your backyard, eat your grass, drink out of your streams or from your grass.
Yeah, probably just eating grass gets them enough water.
Yep, if they have to. They'll forage. They'll eat about anything, like so many. Creatures don't survive.
So this would definitely be something hiking this at night though.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you're right up on it.
It's in pretty tight right through here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on it.
That's what Stacy and his dad, you know, always said in their interviews. Like they were just scared something would reach out and just pull them away.
On who now?
Stacy Brown and his dad, Stacy Sr. They always talked about when they were going through at night.
Right through here?
At the deep creek, that's where they were, but just on the trails.
Over, what, like an overwhelming sense of foreboding or something? Like, oh, there's something
Well,
to get me?
well, the same night that they got the footage, yeah.
Okay.
They just felt like,
yeah. And that would stand to reason.
they just felt like they would be pulled off or plucked off the trail.
Great. Oh, I see a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people taking break right here.
Yeah.
I think my mom and me are one of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna take several breaks. Get some cinnamon sticks, and you get some of these pine cones, and you sprinkle some glitter in the pine cone, whatever color you want for Christmas. You make it red or green, and then you put them cinnamon sticks. You break it off and crumble them up in pieces. You can even take a little bit of some kind of glue and glue the cinnamon in there, so it smells good.
I like
It's the same thing you buy at Walmart.
I like them because the pine cone is your third eye, the pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
So that means we're on the right.
But look, we're coming out
track.
on some pine flats.
Yeah, isn't it crazy the diversity of the landscape?
Yeah. Now, how often you want to throw it away?
No, I don't even want to disturb it, but
Yeah, no.
the
I'm glad you pointed
stick,
that out.
yeah, it goes across, but then
Their
it
trail
does.
goes that way. There is a trail. I should say.
direct trail right there. So it's pretty interesting. And I don't know, it just called out to me.
It's either somebody might have been trying to say, "Hey, look at that trail."
Yeah.
It goes this way too. See it right there, and then it turns and goes past that tree. And if you step over here, you can see where it keeps going. And something got me. Yeah, it goes around this tree and keeps going off to the right past that little dead brush over there of a tree. And then from there, I'm sure you could trace it more, but it definitely goes this way. This one on the right really stands out. It just stands out. Really says, jumps out and grabs your attention that this is a trail.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Take me to find pigly delights. If you want ham for dinner, follow this. Perhaps venison. Or would you settle for armadillo? Nah, probably not. I've never ate possum. I've never ate raccoon. I don't think I've ate squirrel. I've seen squirrel cooked. I might have ate a little bit, like squirrel stew. Seems like I might have ate that. And even if you don't drink it, you can splash it on yourself, cool you off. You can get a rag wet with it, you know what I mean? You can, all kinds of stuff cool off when you're around water. That's a nice big fat pine cone. Look at that, man. To me, it looks perfect.
It is perfect.
It's perfectly shaped.
It's the Fibonacci spiral. It's everything in our
And to imagine
universe.
that each one of those things either had or is, I think it is that each one of these is a seed.
Yeah. Remember we were talking we can survive off the pine cone seeds?
You can eat the seed. I don't know that it'd be that
Yummy.
good of a flavor. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be very yummy, but I'm sure you can boil it down to a tea. I'll do all kinds of stuff with it.
That's the Ranger driving right there, I think, in the distance.
It's what I thought it was. It's a motorcycle.
That's awesome.
Looks like it's probably a Harley. See, that's what you're going to see, or what I expect to see here in December, the beginning of January. Tourists, vacationers.
Yeah, you heard those girls. This was their first time into Torreya. They seem like they go to many state parks and like national parks. They're travelers.
They seem like they were the hiking type.
Yeah.
The way they had the dogs all on the leash. And of course, they probably have to walk the animals on a regular basis just because they need exercise.
There's a cool app called All Trails that you definitely should download. You know, if you got a smartphone, you might as well have some kind of shit that's up your alley, you know?
Well, we've been going to Citizens Lodge, and she got her cousin talked her into getting a bicycle out. She's got a nice beach bike.
Oh, nice.
And I got an orange one with Walmart special. I mean, a purple one. that's supposed to be real light, but it's not. It's not as light as hers. Of course, hers is a special beach bike that her brother owned when he passed. So she still got it. She rode it. Now she wants to start riding again. And you can ride bicycles at Citizens Lodge.
Yep.
And I told her that. I said, we don't need them. She said, well, we don't have a bike rack. I said, honey, I own a pickup truck.
Yeah.
We don't need a bike rack.
I have a bike rack too if you ever want to borrow it.
No.
But yeah, you have a truck. You have a truck.
Mazda. Why would I want to put it on the truck?
Yeah, you have a truck.
Yeah, exactly. Even if I had a cap on the truck, I need a cap.
You can live out
really
the back.
Need to ask your neighbor about that one.
Yeah, I will. Next time I see him with his dogs, I'm going to.
Because what I could do, if he's home, as far as whether or not it would fit, I suppose what we could do is me and you, if you could help, me and you and him perhaps, or me and you, could try set it on the truck.
Right.
And see if it fits the way it needs to fit. Because I need to be able to shut the tailgate, and hopefully the back door will work. If not, I can get around that. I can work, I can deal with that. Like the back hatch, as long as it's on there, I would prefer one that's got it on there. Even if it doesn't work correctly, I'll take care of that. I've been known to fix one or two things occasionally.
Yeah.
Comes with the territory of getting old.
And back in the day, you had to fix it. You didn't just buy a replacement on Amazon.
You weren't always able to run down and get it at the hardware store.
Things were built to last back in the day too.
They didn't need fixing as much. Cars still broke down and they still needed maintenance. But it was the very maintenance that kept them running good. And say what you may, it's hard to beat a good old V8 gasoline engine 4-barrel for horsepower and strength and torque. Pulling boats, trucks, especially if you put a 4-wheel drive underneath it.
When it's the Mad Max days, that's what we're going to be going after.
Oh, I can already point you to where they're going after them because they use them in airboats. Them big Cadillac engines.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Them old ones though, not the ones of today. Old Cadillacs. The 60s Cadillacs, the 70s Cadillacs. They had them big 455s, big 400s, 4.8, whatever it was. Big V8, big block, 4-barrel, gas hogs. Most of them have got airplane engines in them, aircraft engines.
Fire ants.
Yeah, there's another car up there. They're probably watching us walk down the hill. And where are they going? We're over here.
Yeah.
The road's over here.
Or they're saying, Sasquatch is behind you. Watch out.
If we hear somebody's gonna start yelling run, I'll throw you my pack and you go.
Yeah, well, like where are we gonna run to? Farther down the path.
Because it's got the truck keys in it.
Yeah.
You can get there to the truck, get it, and come back and get me when I get to the truck. Hopefully you don't get me before then. I got a stick. I should be able to keep him away for a little bit. It's got a long one on it too, although he might grab the hook and pull me right into his hairy little hand, or hairy huge hand.
Right. And take you home to the Queen Squatch. She's been waiting for the frog man.
Oh, we're still going downhill.
Yeah.
I heard it again, Connor.
That weird like wallowing.
No, like a dove sounding.
No, that's kind of what I heard too.
Taking off or a dove landing.
Like an echo, that's what I heard.
Right behind me though, it didn't sound like it was no distance. I don't know, man.
Right when we're descending now.
It's the second time I heard it.
So that sound would flow over us well.
Maybe it was something in my pack.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
It makes me, I've eaten too much today.
I think I was recording both times, so we got it.
I didn't eat hardly at all the whole time she was gone. I was eating, easy to do stuff.
Yeah. Next stop, I'm hungry for a beef stick.
She fixed a big breakfast this morning, sausage, egg, toast.
Some of the eggs for you, some of the eggs for the dog.
Yeah, exactly. I got mine. She did the sausage first, so she knows me well enough to cook my eggs in that sausage grease.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Over medium fried eggs, a couple slices of toast, 3-4 pieces of 3-4 patties of breakfast sausage, pork breakfast sausage. Good to go. Oh, we got another bridge. Right. Is that a deer track? I can't tell. Looks like,
I don't know. I know there's a shoe track right here.
I see little minnows right over here to the left.
Just heard something crash in the creek over there.
I heard something.
That was pretty big too.
What I heard.
Definitely recorded it.
We both turned to look in the same direction. Mostly because that's where you're looking. But I heard something.
Yeah, I definitely heard something. Time for a snack.
Anybody comes by, they got plenty of room to get by.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll be coming from that direction.
I doubt they'll be coming at all. Coming around the mountain. I think that's part of the joke of that song. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. It's like, yeah, whenever she comes. Right?
Yeah. Yep, whenever, yeah. I forget the rest of the song. That hymn is probably the only thing anybody remembers. That part of it, that particular verse. Look at that.
I'm trying to look into the soul of the camera. It's looking back. It's like, man, he's ugly.
You're gonna Photoshop it, and no, first you'll screenshot it. Yes, you'll screenshot it. Then you'll Photoshop it to turn it into road maps.
I want to see if my eyes are, my pupils are going crazy.
Yeah. Did you know that some of these bottles we are finding from the late 1800s and the early 1900s actually had a certain amount of, I want to say radium, but I don't know if that was it. Whatever it was, it's it's a radioactive material, but there's nowhere near enough of it to be toxic. But there's enough in the glass that when you shine a UV light on it, it glows fluorescent.
See, I've heard something like that.
There's some videos on YouTube
I hope
Wild Kyle's got some videos about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who else?
I've heard, yeah, Wild Kyle, Paleo Chris.
Yep.
All those guys,
Yep.
I love those guys.
It. You got it.
Dylan, my buddy Dylan loves those guys too. Could I have one of those buffalo sticks, please?
Absolutely.
Gotta get my Buffalo Bill on.
Yeah, get your Buffalo Bill on.
Yeah. Oh,
Cashews in there
and
too.
the cashews and white,
if I had another one,
white chocolate.
If I had another one to break it out, but you get some. I'm good. I'm gonna drink some Gatorade. I'm not gonna punch some more. Go ahead and chow down. Tear them up. Save me one buffalo stick since it was Christmas.
Yeah, awesome.
I'll go ahead and eat one.
Thank you.
Then you can chow on the other one. I don't have to worry about. I can just throw the trash away at home.
Buffalo sticks are so good.
Mm-hmm. I already ate the whole pack of venison. Almost 6 sticks.
I love Smokies. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite food. Slim Jims, of course, growing up.
Mm.
My grandpa makes great venison jerky.
Oh yeah.
So Jack Link's jerky never really impressed me.
Right.
And then BF Bud, his jerky's really good too.
You probably like summer sausage too, then, don't you?
Oh yeah, your summer sausage was good that one time.
That was beef. Some kind of, I think that was some leftovers was calling.
It was delicious.
Or somebody gave it to her or something. I don't remember now. It looks like a tornado comes through there.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Look, it's flattened as far as you can see up the hill.
Yeah.
There's stubs sticking up. Over there. That direction too. Over there. All around us actually. It's worse in that direction. It'll grow back. It's hiding behind my foot.
I'm a professional finder. That's what they say.
It's a big piece of tree bark. Thick.
Yeah.
Pine tree, obviously.
And these cashews and white chocolate's addicting. I'm gonna spread the legend now.
She lived in a...
Susan's snack.
Yeah. Her new YouTube name is Panhandle Pam.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Panhandle Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Panhandle Pirates right here.
She got a nickname or a profile name for that on the Fire Stick, and I think YouTube as well.
What does she think of my YouTube videos?
I don't know if she's watched many of them. She has a different taste than me. She watches a lot of. Have you ever heard of Emily D. Baker?
Not that I know of.
Your sister might have, or your mom might have.
Sure, I can make up.
Mm-mm. She was a prosecuting attorney for some big municipality in California.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't think it was a state. And now she's not anymore. They've moved out of California, left, and they live in Tennessee, around Nashville. They moved there like so many. A lot of Hollywood in the past 20 years. A lot of Hollywood has moved to Tennessee.
Tennessee mountains, man. Magical.
It's a beautiful state. It's all, they boast a colonial name for their state is the volunteer state. You know, that's what's on their tag. They're more Tennesseans volunteered for the Alamo than anybody else.
Oh wow. I didn't know that. Tennessee Volunteers, of course, I've heard their team before.
Yeah, yeah. And everybody
for the
knows they were at the Alamo, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
History lesson with Frogman.
And I'd see, there may have been more too than that. You know, they may have done more than just that to earn the name of the Tennessee Volunteers. Maybe more of them volunteered in the Civil War than anybody else or something, or a larger percentage, or I don't know.
Right.
But I know there were mostly Tennessee Volunteers at the Alamo. Is that a print? An animal print over there?
I think it's a dog print.
Right there?
Yeah, there's a couple like that seem like dog prints.
I mean, that's not a toe right
No.
there and there. You see what I mean? If you make toe, pad, that's a very large print for something. But I don't think it is either. I don't know how that spot was made.
I think it's just some dogs getting some water off the trail.
Yeah. Yeah, very well, yeah, could be. Most likely, yeah. Be a perfect spot for them to drink.
Yeah.
Easy to jump off that bridge and get back on it. Yeah, see, you can't follow something like that.
Right. It'll be hard. It'd be exhausting.
Even a spot like this is even hard to go around. See how thick it is on both sides?
Yep.
You can get around that side if you go high enough. Where you at, Mr. Sasquatch?
We're here in the name of the great creator.
Share your presence. Oh.
I think he's asking us, camp out, stay here overnight. We'll become real good friends.
This can't be that much money to reserve a site. There's not even a guard gate for. Yeah, there's not even a guard shack at the gate.
Yeah, the ranger station's over by the campground.
You have to go through that for the campground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That way they can secure the campground.
But like barely anybody uses the primitive camp, so I'm sure they'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
they'd be thrilled.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure so. They probably wouldn't even come down there and mess with you.
Probably like $15.
Oh, is that
maybe not
per
even.
night?
Yeah, maybe not even.
10 or 15 bucks per
it's
night.
Not, yeah, it's not electricity.
I don't want to just stay one night.
Yeah, I'd stay two nights at least.
Yeah, at least 2 nights.
That was a weird crashing that happened over there, though.
Yeah, the wind's got enough strength to it today that just about any crashing we hear, we probably should suspect it a little bit.
Yeah, could be anything.
Because of the wind. Yeah, just because it is blowing and there's a lot of dead.
Could have just been that limb's
sticks up on
time.
the top. Yeah, well, there's a lot of dead stuff up there. Still from Michael.
Yeah, you're right.
Not all dead limbs fall right away.
There's this cool bee or wasp that we saw at the creek. Looks like he's just laying low right now. Seems might be a little too cold. I gave him a little bit of water. Show the people you can move, bud. Yeah. He's got like a purple tint to him too. Kind of cool.
Just goes to show you that no matter how cold it gets, nature still prevails.
Yeah, the fact that he's survived these last few days.
Mm-hmm.
That's magic.
Yep. Look at that big old bridge down there.
Yeah. Another cool bridge here. Definitely a lot of places to hide if you're an alpha out here.
Oh Lord, yes. There's a lot of places you could disappear at and never be seen. Just be still and they wouldn't, nobody see you.
Right. And think how thick this is and how big this is, and this is just one small loop, you know?
Yeah, this is just one small portion of it.
Yeah.
One small spot.
Add in the Torreya challenge and you're like, oh my gosh, there's tons to escape into. I'm big on thinking that the Sasquatch come all the way from Appalachia, you know, the Tennessee mountains, West Virginia, and they come south, follow the river, the Chattahoochee River, the Apalachicola River.
Well, with all the tales that the Native Americans tell about it, tell about, you know, that kind of creature, whatever they do, they've been doing it for, you know, forever. So nobody knows the terrain and the paths and the woods better than them. They've even had to learn to deal with it and live in it with all of our human encroachment. And we still, for all our advances, we put a man on the moon, but we can't prove Sasquatch is real. Now you go figure on that one.
I don't think we ever put anybody on the moon.
You don't think so? You don't think the Chinese sent a spacecraft to the far side of it? They just did that, you know.
The footage looks bad.
Well, what is footage from another rock in space supposed to look like, you know?
You're right.
I don't know. Again, I'm not.
I think it all came from San Diego.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
That's what Kubrick said. I'm
No.
going with Kubrick. Wonder why the NASA guys were hanging out with the Hollywood guys around the same time.
Because they all got money, brother. That's why.
They're all following
everyone's got the most money.
the dark dollar.
What's going on here? Somebody did
Some weed whacking.
Yeah, maybe the old boy carrying that backpack, huh? Look, look, this is all cut down through here.
It's pretty fresh too.
Yeah, it ain't very old. Wow, I wonder who, yeah, somebody, of course, maybe the Rangers did it.
I would love to be a ranger. Like, that would be literally one of the best jobs. Just hang out at the state park, make sure there's no trouble. If I could smoke a little ganj and there's no problem.
Okay. It surprised me with that uphill suddenness.
Here's a good resting spot.
Yeah, no, I get.
See, it's so deceiving though, like how you see the road from back there.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, you got a bit to go before you get to the road.
It's no joke.
Then you got to walk on the road.
Yeah,
like
that's
said.
the worst. Hopefully we can flag somebody down, hop in their
No, we'll walk it.
in the back of their truck would be cool though.
You stop a ranger, I'll sit on there with you.
I learned
They
the
may
hard.
not let us sit on the tailgate.
I learned the hard way, bro. One
Will they
time.
let you sit on the tailgate?
No, just one time. Me and Ronnie did this whole hike. Then Tristan came up, and Tristan offered us a ride, and Ronnie said, "No, it's completed." No, you hop in when someone offers you a ride. It gets you no glory walking the road. And I learned that day. I'm like, I'm taking any time I could get back to that dang parking lot. I finished the trail, you know. And I'll do a whole nother trail rather than walk the road.
Look at that. That's a whole nother
That's a gorge.
environment down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's
Here's the water.
flowing.
It's something like out of a botanical garden.
Right.
kind of
A
deal.
fairy tale botanical garden mixture.
Maybe some critters down there that ain't nowhere else.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of Eden, so it makes sense. 27 and 28 trees.
It's bushwhacking back here. I suppose we should be thankful, right?
Yeah, I am.
Open it up so we can get through.
I'm looking for a spot that I can leave some satsumas for the big man. Because they came from the Satsuma capital of the world, Jackson County. My farmer buddy Carl.
Jackson County?
Yup, Jackson County is the Satsuma capital of the whole world.
And you're living down there in Calhoun County.
Yeah, but I crossed that line just to get my orange. I crossed that line to get my clementines. But nah, they ain't clementines, they're Satsumas. Right. It's a seedless orange. It's spliced by the tree. It's like advanced science.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay. Stop for a minute, let my breath come back.
I gotta find a spot.
You can move up a little bit, go ahead.
I see some here. I see some stumps over here.
Okay.
I'm working for it. Going right in the rattlesnake pit.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, you got to put them up over the
Oh. Gonna have to have some long arms, Mr. Squatch.
Listen. Stop. Straight out ahead of you. Sounded like somebody hammering.
That's what I heard too.
But it really did sound like somebody hammering with a hammer. Driving a nail. I don't know what's in that direction. Is the parking lot in that direction?
The campground is over to the right. But I left some satsumas. Sadly, a bunch fell into the tree, so those are no longer Sasquatches or mine. They're the forest fairies. They're the tree spirits. It's everything that connects us. Can see and feel everything. High definition. The Native Americans used to eat mushrooms to expand their brain. And you gotta think the Sasquatch can pick up on the vibrations and frequency. It's divine.
I would imagine. That's how it seems like it. We've camped in state parks before, but every state park we've ever camped in had a guard shack at the entrance to the park. Which this is the entrance to the park, and there's no guard shack, but there is one to get into the campground. So they've made it that you can still get in the park and go to other parts of it without going to the campground.
Right.
That's the way they've left it anyway.
Yeah, they want the campers to be, you know,
Protected from, yeah, they don't
from
want
every
people to-
from the
they don't want them
everydayers.
to be disturbed.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, quiet hours.
Frogman and I just finished the loop here, and we're just laying down before we have to walk the road back. We're hoping that somebody comes and picks us up. That'd be ideal. The ranger, maybe some pretty girls. But drone use prohibited, huh? What are they protecting? That's the real question. Right here is one of the worst parts of hiking the loop we just did. You gotta walk the road back. And oh, it is tiring. So I'm hightailing it. I got Frogman's keys. We gonna jet stream it. But yeah, I was hoping and praying for the ranger or a truck or a golf cart, anybody to drive by. What? Where's the well? There's a way I can see the top of the patio now. I think it's a mirage, but I'll tell myself what I need to hear.
Keeping in mind won't do it. I get to enjoy. I get to experience the truck without a seatbelt for a change.
So here's another cut through to a trail right there.
Yeah, see, once we're camped in here, we can move around on all this.
Yeah, we'll cover all the ground.
Because I'm pretty sure, I imagine you can get out of the campground itself onto this road anyway. And with the you probably get a code, I would think. And of course you may not. There may be a no entry after a certain time thing in place. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think you'd, like, I just don't know if there's any grocery stores or gas stations that, like, could be a good excuse. Like, oh yeah, I gotta go get,
Yeah, there's really none close.
Yeah, there's nothing close, yeah.
Bristol's not really far or anything, but it's still not.
Famous Gregory house. So dope.
Yeah.
And the Torreya tree.
Oh, isn't that correct?
Yeah, it looks like it, for sure.
And then, of course, there's that short piece back there.
The Torreya tree. In this vicinity on the Apalachicola River, Hardy Brian Kroom, pioneer, Florida planter, and botanist, discovered one of the rarest coniferous trees, Torreya taxifolia, circa 1835, and named it for Dr. John Torreya, prominent American botanist. Only 4 other species exist, and they are widely separated areas of China, Japan, and California. Kroom's promising botanical career ended in 1837 when he perished in the wreck of the steamship Home of Cape Hatteras. But yes, the magical tree that we got to see on the trail, gopher wood, with no use to build the ark. The lightest, strongest wood in the world. Truly, truly special. And then
the front,
yeah,
see if you get any specters in the windows.
Exactly, because there's been a lot of stories of weird sounds, glimpses of light, specters.
Yeah, sometimes video picks up what our eyes can't see.
Exactly. And this house used to be down at Oteezy Landing.
That's where you said is that where it used to stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right by that tree.
Okay.
And then they moved it.
Over here.
Yep.
The other side of the river.
Yeah, across the river. And Ronnie's sister got married here, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Definitely abundance and energy, and a very, very cool location. As you can hear, some families enjoying their time up the trail. But right here is the edge of the old continent. An awesome spot. Definitely truly magical. Very first time I was here, we saw 2 deer just walk right across. It was very open. You can get all the way down to the water as well. So cool. Trek through a war zone. 1863. So here's Allen Bluff and Hammock Landing. So there's it in markings. And then Rico's Bluff, then Narrows. Fort Gadsden, that's all the way down. Remember we passed
down
that.
way south of here, yeah.
Yep.
That's, I assume that means that's on the river. Yeah,
Fort Gadsden's on the river for sure.
Okay, yeah, right here. The Confederate batteries at Hammock Landing, Allen Bluff, Rico's Bluff, and Fort Gadsden. So there were batteries at Fort Gadsden as well.
Mm-hmm.
Were strategically placed on the eastern side of the river.
Fort Gadsden's where that big explosion happened, where they
shot one into the magazine. You said.
Yep.
Yeah, the ammunition magazine.
And then right here's, you know, the gun emplacement, the magazines. and the artillery road. So that's probably what it must have been, is the artillery road, what we were
Is that
seeing
what,
down
is
there.
that what we were on? Is that where that's at?
I'm sure it you know, gets all the way here. This is where it was heading, you know.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be. Sounds like for there to be battery emplacements, artillery emplacements, there had to have been a contingent of soldiers to man set up emplacements. And for one gun, it would probably been, oh, I don't know, at least 4 people, maybe as many as 6, depending on the size of the gun, you know, to handle the ammunition, to mount a round clock, on guard kind of, you know, guard station kind of duty, you know what I mean, to watch the river.
Right.
And they had taken at least 4 or 5 per gun, and then enough to do a 24-hour shift.
The first time me and Ronnie walked back here, we saw a huge footprint. I have like a video of us finding it. You can't really see the toes or anything, but it was a huge impression. And it was like...
Is this the one that you and Donnie, you said?
No, me and Ronnie.
You and Ronnie.
Yeah.
Now, is this the one Donnie had his in?
No, that was on the challenge.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, on the Torreya. At the first bridge, you said.
Yep.
He seems to be a magnet for him.
Yeah, I think that metal piece in his arm is definitely some kind of...
Attracted you suppose?
Yeah, I think that's like alien, and then it vibrates at some frequency that maybe is like...
This is a metal piece that he doesn't know how it got there or anything.
Yeah, well, him and his parents got abducted off a highway in Alabama.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said a spaceship abducted them, and then after that he had the metal in his arm. And I think that it vibrates at a frequency
That can be heard, yeah, or sensed.
yeah, or it's just, yeah, different. Yeah, it's just different. So of course, you know, the earthling beings like a Sasquatch.
We'll go all the way to the water today.
No, we're not gonna go all the way to the water. I just want you to see some of the encampments.
Yeah, there's those anyway.
I feel like the weather's coming in.
Some Gatorade again here in short.
Yeah.
Wait till we stop.
Hardwood hammock. Imagine what the Civil War guys were feeling.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, this is not exactly on the main track of anything. I was in the river,
Right.
especially then. You know, further back in time, even 200 years ago, or 100, almost 200 years ago, 150 years ago. You stop to think about it, when you add the years, the Civil War was less than 200 years ago. If it was in the mid-1800s, we're not quite to the mid-20s yet. We're getting closer, but we're still not there. So that means that. Okay.
And even Garden of Eden stuff. But then you got the Civil War history too.
Something's got a den up in there is what that looks like.
Huh.
That's fine.
Comfy spot.
Yeah, well, yeah, for, you know, a raccoon or
A fox.
a possum or even an armadillo, anything. They'd go in there. It rained real hard. They stay dry, and the rain washed out their tracks and scent.
Here's
Yeah,
another.
see, this is another one. This is even more discernible. And I've steadily been seeing the water shining down there. Looks like a lake at this angle,
Yeah,
don't it?
it
When you
does.
had it on
It's
that,
just
you can see a
endless,
far
yeah.
bank. Well, you can see a far bank. It's like a lake, and you can't see
because
that
it's big. Yeah.
you can't see that it goes like this.
Right.
It just looks like a spot in the woods with water.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, this loops around and then it curls underneath, and there's a trail down by the water, and then there's one that trails outward too. So it's pretty cool.
Which way? So how far from here is the campground? The campsite.
Still pretty far. Another half mile or so. So that's
Dude,
something
we
we'll
didn't
tackle next time.
Yeah, we didn't walk very far. Yeah.
Frogman and I are enjoying some vibes right here at the edge of the old continent, overlooking the Apalachicola River. You got the Gregory House in the background. We can see way station lights way in the distance that way, and we think we could see Alpha from over there. So that's my house.
Yeah, I guess that would be directly back, straight back from behind. Oh, it's easy landing. Yeah, that would be in. That is in the direction. Yeah, you're right.
I got my festive socks on that Cassie gave me for Christmas. Thank you so much. It brings the vibrations, and of course, the skunk man likes the skunk kush. That's automatic.
Yeah, I do Air Force is flying. Just so
We've ran into a couple people. We spread the word about the Finding Bigfoot episodes. You know, if
people
I'm
should
somewhere,
be informed.
right? If I'm somewhere, I want to know 1, the hazards, and 2, the history, and then 3, shoot, the fun stuff.
Look,
too.
I can even kind of see. I'm starting to be able to see a trail of lights, like they're on a road. There's 2 of them right there beside each other.
Yeah.
That's the first ones. Then a light beyond it. Then another light beyond it. And a line leading towards those flashing towers. That's what it looks like anyway. I bet that's what you would see once it gets full dark.
Right. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Like a power line or something.
Just sit here.
It's kind of coming off of where Ocheezy Landing's at.
And we're not far from where the Ocheezy Pond Wild Man was captured in the late 1800s. And a lot of people have talked about the Carabel serpent, and even a serpent that lives in the Apalachicola River. So right here is a convergence of just so much history and magic. It's cool to soak it in and hear weird knocks in the distance.
I'm hearing it too. But it's not what most people envision as a thunk.
Right, it's not a thunker.
Or you know, as a knock, to describe a knock on a tree. It's and I hear that a lot. And I think that's what a lot of researchers are hearing. They're not hearing that very loud, distinctive, sounds like a baseball hitting a 2x4 or the side of a tree. They're not hearing that. They're hearing that slight tap, 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 tap. Because even me and Donnie heard it when we were on his property, when we first started walking out in the woods. And it wasn't very far away from us.
While Frogman and I are chilling in between the sacred river and the haunted house, we figured we're gonna run the ghost box and see if we can communicate with any spirits here. Since we're right by the Civil War embankments, is there any soldiers or spirits out there that want to communicate with us? Please say your name. Are we welcome here after dark? Are we safe to camp here in a couple weeks? Was anything stalking us
I need to call her.
while we were on the trail? Was anything watching us while we were on the trail today? Is the skunk ape that Stacy Brown filmed still out here? Is there any dark magic in these hills? Who is the spirit that lives in the Gregory house? If there's any animals or creatures out there, can you please make a sound? Can you say my name? What creatures are out here? Is there an evil presence in these woods? Is the serpent from Eden still present? Is the tribe of Adam still out here? Is Cain still live in these woods? Is this the true Garden of Eden? Is there portals to hell? Am I safe right now? Leaving a tobacco offering on the hillside to honor the wild man connection.
The gate. It'll let you out, but it won't let you in unless you got the code. And let's see, where's it? Yeah, it's right over there where the driver would put it in. See it right there on your side?
Yeah. And we're free. Till next time, Torreya State Park. We're not out of the water yet. We still gotta go through some deep gullies and winding
we saw where
roads.
several of them start. Right by the road, right by this big road.
Here we are exploring through Chattahoochee's nature trails. This is the famous location where we filmed the Yeti Bar commercial. Jack also filmed this movie, Lost and Found, right here. This is definitely a sacred location. On the Apalachicola River. The Native Americans and even the Spanish were set up right here. Ooh. This is a big one. Haha. Right over here is one of my favorite sacred points in the region. This magical mound definitely is a pull for powers. You can just feel the energy beaming off of it. How magnetic And it's taller than me. It is a grand structure. These smaller mounds form a semicircle around the major mound that overlooks the river. Here's Karen's mound. Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out yetibars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special offer. Clean like a beast. Yeti bars!